Mayor, Council, and Budget Committee members. I'm Chief Andrew Shear of the Springfield Police Department. And I appreciate the opportunity today to present to you our fiscal year 2024 budget proposal. SPD provides year-round 24-hour service to the Springfield community through response to prioritized calls for service, visible patrols, investigation of crime, enforcement of traffic laws, animal control enforcement, and by providing detention services for municipal offenders. We perform community outreach, provide crime prevention and safety education, and coordinate the dispatch of mobile mental health and crisis services such as Cahoots. All members of SPD are committed to the role of community guardian, and that is demonstrated through our service and protection of every member in the community in an equitable, fair, and just manner. SPD relies on the 6 pillars of 21st century policing as the foundation for our decision making. These pillars include building trust and legitimacy, policy and oversight, technology and social media, community policing and crime reduction, training and education, and officer safety and wellness. Policing services are part of the governmental process that provides for overall public safety through the protection of life, property, and community partnership. Changes to our fiscal year 24 budget are a product of the following. The importance of employee development and training demands that we increase the budget in that category by $10,000 from $40,000 to $50,000. 2024 is the first full year that incorporates the new contracted jail medical services, the yearly expense of $1.2 million. Now that change in service was communicated to council in fall of 2022, and while the increase is notable, the new services align with CIS and best practice recommendations to lower the exposure to risk. The police and jail local option levy was passed by voters in November 2022 with over 65% of voter support. The levy renewal will continue to support municipal jail operations, police positions, and a portion of municipal court operations support. SPD received a $147,000 award from DOJ COPS grant to support the ongoing accreditation project. Employee development training was expanded to include more in-person trainings rather than the digital platforms relied upon during the past few years. All training is delivered in order to support industry-recognized best practices and risk reduction. Trainings delivered in fiscal year 23 included calm training, de-escalation and escalation prevention for dispatch and call takers, and police response to active threats involving mass casualties. SPD increased interagency cooperation in program areas that included critical incident response, being part of a Metro drone team, and the pilot trauma intervention program. Efforts to increase transparency included sharing summary data with the public, as evidenced with the 2022 Complaints and Commendations Report and Community Outreach Report that were shared with Council in February of 23. They are also available for public viewing on the department's webpage. To further enhance our hiring efforts to address industry-wide staffing shortages, the Springfield Police Department expanded recruitment efforts to work towards more equitable outcomes in hiring. Examples include a Join SPD webpage with a fresh look and increased amounts of information for prospective candidates to review. We designated personnel to perform focused recruitment outreach. Our ORPAT physical test equipment was purchased by the city to provide improved flexibility in the timing of hiring process testing, as well as to provide opportunity to prospective candidates to better prepare prior to testing day. One of the 6 pillars of 21st century policing that we rely on to improve outcomes is through enhanced training for our members. Training to be supported includes leadership training towards career development, succession planning, and risk mitigation. We're seeking training from outside the department for our department trainers and specialty skills to avoid stagnation and to ensure that we are meeting or exceeding the most up-to-date industry standards. One example is that the department is coordinating with the Oregon State Police to participate in crowd control training. Oregon State Police is deemed to be the Oregon industry leader in the state for crowd control management. We're going to incorporate ABLE, which stands for Active Bystander for Law Enforcement Training, into the 2024 department training plan. The department is pursuing accreditation to demonstrate a commitment to continuous improvement, to identify opportunities for reduced risk, and to emphasize alignment with recognized best practices. SPD intends to achieve accreditation by spring of 2024. When it comes to hiring, filling vacancies continues to challenge all departments throughout the law enforcement industry. Here at SPD, we're going to continue to focus our efforts on attracting high caliber, experienced law enforcement professionals from other agencies. We're also going to continue to seek quality applicants who are new to the law enforcement profession. Having adequate staffing in all positions is critical for our ability to build trust with the Springfield community. We are working with the city to ensure we remain competitive in support of our recruiting and hiring efforts and incentives to attract future candidates. The city must also remain competitive with the total compensation package current members receive to retain the people we've already significantly invested in, as well as to attract others to join this agency. The Springfield Police Department continues to adapt to many changes within the policing industry while focusing efforts to improve the agency's stature as a model policing organization through establishment of a culture of professionalism and excellence. SPD must provide opportunity for professional development, provide high-quality training, support the health and well-being of our members, and provide opportunities for non-enforcement community interaction to develop and maintain public trust. Providing mental health crisis services to the community continues to be a priority for this city, the department, and the Springfield community members. The city and Lane County partner to provide 24-hour, 7-day-a-week mobile mental health support to Springfield and to the urban growth boundary via Whitebird Cahoots. Lane County's ongoing financial support of the program via grant funding is unclear at this point. Leveraging new and existing technologies can improve efficiencies as well as transparency, trust, and data collection, all leading towards further innovation and improvements. With recent cost trends exceeding materials and service budgetary increases, replacement of existing equipment at the end of its useful life, and adequately budgeting essential materials is challenging. For example, with vehicles and fuel. The department is going to continue mindful utilization of new and existing technologies and equipment to support our goals and initiatives. On our fiscal year 24 budget, and I look forward to our discussions in the weeks ahead.